Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are finally looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball FighterZ Android 21 lab coat version. You guys know I did order this originally, and then my order was canceled for reasons beyond my control. Because the website sucks, and so I didn't get one. And since I'm not a big fan of this character, I wasn't willing to pay like out the butt on eBay. But luckily on my live stream, somebody mentioned they could sell me one at cost. So big thanks to everybody out there who wanted this reviewed. Big thanks to Elgene for sending this to me at cost plus shipping. It was very awesome of him, and so now we finally get to review this figure. And it's surprisingly good, like really, really solid. I'll mention real quick, just in case you're not sure how this came out, it was part of the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2022 from like that other website that they sell through, which was like Namco Bandai something or other. That's where the Clone Goku was sold also. And so this was a very limited edition, hard to come by sort of thing. So big thanks again to him for selling that to me for the review. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands to the top of the hair about 15 centimeters, to the top of the head about a little shy of 14, something like that. And that's going to make her about 5 7/8 to the top of the hair and about 5 3/8 to the top of the head. Before we get into the rest of the review, I want to do a question of the day. How do you guys feel about Android 21? For me, it's total fan service character. I don't like the story. I don't like anything about this character. Cool enough colors, I guess, like the red and blue checkers, cool. The fact that she's a Majin Buu, weird. Like I just don't like anything about this character. To me, it's just so fan servicey, and the storyline from the game that she's from, which I guess was made canon. Is she canon? I think she's canon. I don't remember. I just don't like it. So you guys can let me know. Cool enough look, but not for me. Okay, and then the other thing is I have been messing around with my camera settings quite a bit to try to get the best video quality for you guys, so let me know if you think this looks good. It shouldn't be washing out the lab coat, I think, and normally it has been doing that. I know for when I reviewed this guy the other day, his whites were all washed out, and now they shouldn't be. Let's see, I'll check. It looks like he is not washed out, so I think I might have solved the problem. I'm gonna get a new camera eventually, but this one's gonna have to do for now, so hopefully this looks good. Let me know if you think it does. Alright, so this figure, aesthetically speaking, it's not like the best thing in the world. Character design wise makes it look good. The character composition, the colors with the white lab coat and then the sleeves and stuff, like it's good enough. How did they execute? Not the best. It's not bad, but the paintwork on the checkering is not great. You can see a lot of blue on the inside line, or just inside the line where it meets the red. That's not really ideal, but otherwise it's okay. It's not like it's splotchy or anything. The red ribbon logo is up there. That's pretty good. Not a lot of shading, as in no shading anywhere. The boots are painted well enough. No problems there. The faces look really good, I have to say. I really think they nailed the faces, especially after they screwed up Android 18 so badly recently. Her faces are wonderful. You'll see those soon. I do think we need some shading though. There's no shading anywhere, and the hair is not as saturated as I would like, though the sculpt is nice. It just could look a little better, but all in all, I think it's one of their better looking figures lately. It doesn't really need much, but a little bit of shading would have helped, I think, just to bring it to life a little bit. So I'll give the aesthetic rating an 8? Yeah, an 8. The faces look really good. The paints that are there are opaque and nice, just could be a little bit tidier. Now, as far as accessories go, you get a total of 5 faces. The neutral face that comes on her in the package, one where she's a little bit upset, one where she's smiling, one where her teeth are showing, and one where she's yelling. And they all look really good. They do look shockingly like Android 18, but they do look good, and you'll notice they have little notches in there for her glasses. Her glasses swap from face to face, so that's pretty cool. Glasses are well done. They don't have lenses, but you know, that's okay. They look pretty good. And then we have a bunch of hands. I'm not going to name them all. There's just a whole bunch of hands for any pose you could want, including holding the glasses, so that's nice. Folded arms accessory. I haven't tried it yet as of filming, but I will be putting a note on there right now letting you know if it works or not. It does look really good. It's one of the better ones that they've done. The hands look awesome on there. They're not all mangled and mushed into the chest like some of them have been, so that's pretty cool. And then lastly, we get her blast effect, which is one of the best blast effects that they've ever done in terms of the way it looks. It's such a sharp sculpt, all these little tiny little ribbons of energy coming out with a little bit of shading on there. Looks great. Love that. Very nice saturation as well. So accessory wise, this figure is not bad at all. I would like to see like maybe a display stand or something like that, but otherwise I can't really think of what else you would need for the lab coat version. So I'm going to say 9 out of 10 for accessories. Not too shabby. All right, now as far as the articulation goes, I have some bad news, guys. They finally put a ball peg in the neck. I mean, they have been doing it on and off, but this one got it. It's a double ball peg at the top of the neck. The head just moves around however you want it. Granted, the hair is in the way, so you don't get a ton of range, but thank goodness that they did it. It's just it's not as well implemented as it could be, but you just get some balls in there. There's some balls in there, and it just moves around however you want it to without fighting you. So that's pretty cool. And then the neck also has a ball peg, which is going to get kind of annoying. But it does. I mean, not because it has a ball peg, just because you have to line that up perfectly or it's going to look weird for the checkering. But yeah, ball pegs through the neck, I like that a whole bunch. That's a good thing. The hair, I can't tell exactly. It feels like it's just on a ball peg also. I think that's what it is. Not sure, but it moves around a little bit, so that'll help in posing. Shoulders are connected to a tiny little butterfly, which doesn't really do much, but it doesn't hurt anything, so that's okay. It's no slip joint, so that's fine if you don't like the slip joints. If you do, then you're missing out. Alright, shoulders get better than horizontal, so that is good. Of course, you have your full rotation. Bicep swivel is fine, no problems there. Double jointed elbow, really well implemented for the lab coat being there. I think that looks pretty good. Could be a little bit better, I guess, but that's not bad. And then little tiny ball hinges for the wrist. That's pretty standard. Torso is... Let's see, these are connected to the top, so I have to do it like this. Gonna be a pain in the butt to move because this diaphragm joint up here has the entire coat connected to it. So when you move it around up here, the whole coat's moving. But it feels to be just a really nice ball peg, which I like. It has good range and it doesn't fight you or anything. Leans forward really nicely. Leans back, side to side, could be a little better. But you have all this coat in there, so you get your rotation. I like it. I will take that. I think for this particular version of her, that's going to be more than enough. It feels like the hips are connected. The whole lower torso is on a ball peg in there, so you can move the whole thing around if you want to. Of course, this is all one piece, so it's not moving. It will flex, though, because they did put a cut in there. Yeah, there is a ball peg. And then the hips are just on ball sockets, so they don't have the best of range. They don't go that far out to the side. Going forward and back, let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, it just doesn't have any range because there's no drop or anything. And her little crotch piece in there is just hard plastic. So very limited range going forward and going back. It's also pretty limited. So she's not getting a lot of range out of those hips at all. You do get a little bit of a thigh swivel. Single jointed knee works nicely. That's good. Ankles are on ball hinges, which is pretty good. There's no real problem there. I like that. Full ankle rocker, of course. Toe hinge is implemented well enough, and it's fairly stiff, so that's okay. The coat, little tiny hinges, swivel hinges, essentially ball hinges, though they're not quite ball hinges. And so you'll be able to move it out of the way some, mostly in the way. It's okay. Nothing great, but it'll do. So probably the worst part about it, well, no, I'd say the articulation's about on par with the aesthetic. It'll do. It's not great, it's not impressive, but it's fine. Some things are good, like the torso and the head. That's pretty good. I'll give it an overall 8. I think that's probably fine for SH Figuarts. It could be better, but it'll get the job done. So I'm going to give this figure a final rating of 8 out of 10. I like it. The accessories are really nice. I think the aesthetic and the articulation definitely could be better for what's there. There's no reason the hips should be limited, so that's irritating, just things like that. But it's still a really strong release, and if you're into Android 21, then yeah, I would say it's worth tracking down. I don't think they're going for crazy money anymore, but they're worth more than they were when they were new. So that's pretty much standard for Dragon Ball figures. So again, thanks for the sale at cost, Elgene. I appreciate that, and I'm sure lots of people wanted this review appreciate it too. And so there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.